Welcome to the Father's Coach podcast. My name is Kevin L. Kelly, the Father's Coach. Now, what's the objective of the Father's Coach? The objective is to reform the image of fatherhood. You see this here? Reforming the image of fatherhood. You see this guy here, little guy on top of the shoulders? That's why we're here. We're here to reform the image of fatherhood. And how will we do that? We do that by embracing and engaging the leadership principles of fatherhood. It's a leadership principle, being a father, being a man. We know about being a protector, being a provider, protecting, provider, and actually making sure that everybody is good, paying the bills, paying the light bills. That's why we're here. I want to share something with you, just the facts. Now, here is a statistic here from the National Fatherhood Initiative. Adolescent teen boys who live with their dads are likely less to carry guns and deal drugs. I'm going to repeat that. Adolescent teen boys who live with their dads are less likely to carry guns and deal drugs. How about this? Let's get in the game. Let's get in the game. Welcome back to the Father's Coach podcast. We are here. My name is Kevin L. Kelly, the Father's Coach. We have an excellent entrepreneur right here. His name is Orlando Hillman. I want to read his bio real quick. Orlando Hillman is a second generation artist, originally from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. I hope I said it right. Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. He's been doing art for the majority of his life through the schooling of his father, whom was an artist, and also with 1 year of college art education. His business is called O Arts. O Arts has been in operation over the past 15 years. He is skilled in areas using different mediums and forms of art, such as acrylic paintings, charcoal portraits, murals, customizing sneakers, and custom hand painting apparels. But not only he does this, I'm telling you, this guy is so awesome. He is proud. You know what? Yeah, he's proud of his most recent showing at the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2019, when he was commissioned by the Hall of Fame inductee Ty Law to create 2 acrylic paintings for showing, which one would be auctioned off for sale. Other notable figures he created work for: boxing champion Bernard Hopkins, NFL player Antonio Brown, NFL player Tom Brady, oh my God, New Jersey boxing commissioner Larry Hazzard. That's your uncle. That's your uncle. I know that. We're going to talk about that too. And boxing promoter Don King. You did some work. You did a lot of work. I'm not going to read this whole thing. What I said already, I know the listeners, our global listeners, are actually know, who's this guy here? Orlando Hillman. Have all this artwork here. Can you talk about this real quick?
Yeah, sure. Like you said, I'm a second generation artist.
Yes.
You know, my mediums vary. I do as of now, I do a lot of what we call sneaker customizing. That's the new fad for this generation. You know,
okay.
So it's for basically customizing sneakers from basically plain base sneaker into making that a canvas for art. So
check this out. So the sneaker, say it again, the sneaker,
customized sneaker.
Customized sneaker.
Yep.
So reason why I brought that back up again, I know you have some clients.
Yeah.
Can you talk about your clients, your sneaker customization part of your business, O Arts?
Yes. I get commissioned by a lot of outside work. These last couple of months or last couple of years, I've been commissioned by some universities to do some sports programs at these universities, such as Oklahoma Sooners, which is college based in Oklahoma. I did a lot of work for certain alumni and different chapters that they commission.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. I do some work for Mississippi State University and actually Oklahoma State.
I'm glad that you were able to come here today. Now we're going to back up. We're going to back up real quick. So you're a husband.
Yes.
How long have you been married?
20 years.
What's her name?
20 years.
What's her name?
LaShawn Hillman.
Give her a shout out.
Hey, what's going on, babe?
Give her a shout out. Give her a shout out. We shout you out. So you have any sons? Daughters?
Yes, I have 3 sons and 3 daughters.
Talk about it. Talk about the family.
Well, we're a blended family. Started off with my wife had a daughter and I had 2 girls, which we had 3 boys together. So, the girls are much older. They're grown women at this point in the game.
Okay.
The boys we had when we were married, we got a 17-year-old, we have a 19-year-old, and we also have a 15-year-old.
Talk about the girls, the relationship between the girls. Are you a girl dad?
You know how it goes. The girls love their dads, boy, and the boys love their moms. So, it goes both ways.
Now, I was zooming down, the cyber streets, and I saw his wife on with your son.
Yes. Yeah.
They was working out.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yeah. My wife, she's a personal trainer / manager at a gym. So, she's very much into physical education. With our boys, we come from a pretty much athletic family. I was a football / basketball player. My wife ran track. So, they basically took over, basically where we left off, and we just basically incorporated as into our family life, So they basically, did what we do, so we do it together.
Are there any challenges of being a father in a blended family?
Of course, like anything, you got different challenges of life when you're trying to bring 2 different lifestyles together that probably basically come to a common ground. So, yes, it's difficulties come with it, but it's all about the commitment.
Let's go deeper dive. Let's go deeper dives.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what were some of the challenges, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, just as far as the different type of lifestyles, and when you have 2 people coming from 2 different lifestyles, trying to come to a common ground, because, when you're married, you want to be evenly yoked.
Yeah, I like that.
And then you got to be open and willing to accept that other person's lifestyle onto yours, to blend it together to make one. And of course there's going to be difficulties with that. But are you committed, and are you willing to be open-minded enough to change and bring that part of their life into yours? Because there's no wrong way. It's just the way you were raised and the way I was raised. And you come to a common ground where you can bring it together, where you both can grow, and you can actually instill that into the kids, where they get in 2 sides of growth.
Yeah.
So it actually could be sort of an advantage to theirs.
Exactly. That's where I'm going. But the 2 becomes 1, right? The 2 becomes 1. So what were some of the things that you what were some of the victories? What did you overcome?
Well, with one, as far as with my oldest daughter, one of the most proudest victories with her is just watching her graduate college, and then going on getting her master's, and living a professional life that she, went to school for. Watching her manifest and grow.
She watched them. So Mr. Hillman is in the game. You telling everybody else, let's get in the game.
Okay.
Get us talking.
Yeah, and then with my one daughter, as far as just watching her become a career Air Force, using that and just watching her travel the world and experience different things in parts of life and grow in their aspects of life,
Wow.
So, like I said, with the challenges, there is success when you're willing to commit and sacrifice and be open to being vulnerable, where everybody can grow with a blended situation like that.
So I requested you because I see you as a powerful man. I see you as a powerful father, a husband, and a powerful father, and an entrepreneur. I see that in you. That's why I was like, when you said yes, I was like, yes. We get to talk. You do a lot of fun stuff. And not only I know this man's family from up in North Jersey. I know his family, but I met him in Delaware. Mm-hmm. I met you in Delaware. Yes. So can we share about that? You talk about that. I want to talk about that. You talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I have a cousin, or my uncle. He used to be the commissioner of boxing for Atlantic City, New Jersey. My friend Kevin here, they grew up in Hillside, New Jersey, where actually my cousin and his uncle grew up also right in the same neighborhood. We actually, met down here in Delaware, shared some information, and wow, he's a neighbor of my cousin and uncle. So, it was real nice knowing that gave me that more comfort with you, and knowing what type of people they were and the good thing that they hear about, that I hear from them as far as what prior, them knowing you prior, so, that made me more comfortable with Kevin and Sharon and just helping our relationship grow.
We give a shout out to Mr. Hazard, K-Son. We give a shout out. We give a shout out to all the Hillside. We got Hillside people watching right now. Hillside people watching. Shout out to Hillside. I'm a Hillside native, royalty here. But one thing I want to talk about also is some of the fun stuff too that we talk about the boxing. We talk about the boxing, but we don't talk about the art too. Before we get to art, let's talk about some of the businesses. I consider you. And I use this word. It seems like I use it a lot, but I think you and another friend of mine kind of are the Renaissance men. You're in the creative space, but some of the businesses, I know you're a serial entrepreneur, but what are some of the businesses that you have? O Arts. So what is like within O Arts?
Well, the O Art business itself, it's more art based as far as like with the clothing I do, the custom clothing. Like here's the t-shirt I do, it's hand painted, and what I call them is like one of one. They're one of original, so you won't never have a like image like this. It'll be one of one. So and it goes for my sneakers also, the customization of sneakers. So when you're getting sneakers done, they're also one of one.
One of one.
You won't have
this is one of one. That's one of one. What about some of this artwork that's right here?
Well, the artwork right here, this is more of an abstract piece that I created. This is when President Obama was elected for office, his first term. And we have a African-American man reading the Washington Post morning paper when he was elected with his daughter on his lap. Wow. Showing a father, a black male father figure in that type of imagery, I think is historical along with the presidency of Obama.
This represents our core values here, reforming the image of fatherhood in our culture. This right here, the father with his daughter, this statue right here. And even you, the skills that you have, I gotta talk about that. Your father. Yeah. What did your father impart in you? What was the baton that was given to you?
Well, my father, he was an artist also. And we had different styles of art. My father, he basically worked with African oil paintings and things of that nature. He focused in on African tribes, that culture, and just watching him and his development with colors really intrigued me. So, basically as young as, I would say like second grade, man, I can remember going places with him and doing murals and things of that nature with him. And it just was a passion of mine to watch him, and then later on instilling it the same way that he did with his life into mine. So
wow. So he went with his father to do murals, painting murals, making money, exchanging money, right? Exchanging his talent for money, right? And then now this man right here is doing some artwork in Delaware. You did a mural in downtown Dover.
Yes, I do a few like commission work, in downtown Dover. It was a juice bar I did, recently opened downtown. Whoever might want to commission me for murals. Like I said, I did 2 actually for Hall of Famer Ty Law. Used to play with the New England Patriots. Larry Hazard for the Commissioner of Boxing in Atlantic City.
I saw that.
Uncle Larry Hazard.
Yes, Uncle Larry. Did you also do some? You did something else. Oh, I can't think of it right now. But I know. So your father taught you. You did it, and you're teaching your sons.
Well, recently I had one of my biggest jobs with Mississippi State. They asked me to customize their baseball team's baseball cleats, which was over 50 pair of baseball cleats, and they needed it within a 30-day period. And that was one of the shortest turnarounds for that large of a number job that I ever received.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
so I had to hire a crew basically, and having 3 boys in the house.
That's your crew.
That's my crew,
That's your crew.
know.
That's your inheritance and that's your legacy. That's one thing that I think about talking about legacy. One of my favorite book, You Train Up a Child in the Way He Should Go. When they get old, they will not depart. Train up a child in the way they should go, and when they get old, they will not depart. And so your father taught you. You're teaching your sons, and your sons actually showing them what was shown to you. Good gracious.
Yeah.
But
And
that's something else you learned too. This man cut my hair.
Yeah.
He cuts hair too.
Yes,
Talk about the mobile barber.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm a state licensed master barber.
Master barber.
Which it's another form of art. Haircut is another form of art. So I really enjoy that just as much as I do with painting sneakers and portraits and murals. It's just as, relaxing and inspiring for me as, painting with a paintbrush.
You know what? I got this quote that I want to share with my team right here. I want to share this with my people. This is global. Hillside, wake up. Hillside, New Jersey, East Coast, California, Detroit. The words of father have enormous power over a child's destiny. I have another one too. The words of a father have enormous power over a child's destiny. Your destiny was given to you. I mean, portions of your destiny was given to you by your father, and you're just passing it down. Here's another one too. What a father says to his children is not heard by the world, but it will be heard for posterity. Legacies. Inheritance. And this is by John Paul Richard. I just thought those quotes were actually perfect for what we're doing here. But I want to do another segment here. I want to do a 24-second clock segment. I want to do that. So that means you got 24 seconds to answer these questions right here.
Oh, you got the pressure on.
Oh, the pressure's on. There's a second clock right there. Maybe the producer can help us out. Make sure he'll help us out. Okay, and these are easy questions. I didn't try to beat you up that much. So, what is the most valuable asset on the planet?
Relationships.
People. But that's good. That's good. People. What's the definition of a man? Your definition of a man?
One who can lead, teach, and help someone grow to their next stage in life.
Okay. What is the purpose of a mentor?
One you can learn from with an unconditional, more of a open, vulnerable type of way.
Wow, I love that. Okay, what are the facets of a man what's the facet of a man's life that need to be managed?
Their time.
Ooh, we got 5 more seconds. You did it. Wait a minute. Oh, give me a word that can keep you from being burnt out. The words that can keep you from being burnt out.
Balance.
You did it. Did he win it? Did he get it? Did he get it? You did it within 24 seconds. Thank you for those answers. Wow. But that was something that was handed. I love that that the business, that the core values, your family values. I know you're a good family man, so I talk about the 5 F's all the time. I'll talk about, faith, family, friends, fitness, and finance. So I know family is good. So can you share something about family? Not just maybe your intimate your family, but what do you think about family at large? Can you share that?
Well, my definition of that is family always evolve, and you always change and grow with things in life. So, there's never one different or same stage of family, because we all become mature at different stages of our life. We all get new understandings and different meanings to things at different stages of our life.
Wow.
It might have been something you went through that you didn't understand when you were 20.
Exactly.
But 40 years or 20 years later, at the age of 40, you might really see it in a different nature and understand it. So,
I wish I was 40.
Oh man,
I
can almost not. Hey, I barely remember 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Along with that, what is the most important component of a family?
The communication aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe that, you know, when you're open and vulnerable with your family, you know, you should grow, because you show that level of openness and intimacy where they know your most vulnerable stage in your life, and they can also understand you because of that.
Wow.
If you didn't know that or understand that, how you going to grow?
That's powerful. I was thinking about when you was talking, my mind went right to marriages. And I think that when it comes to, you said relationship, right? We talk about relationships and marriage. I think that me as a husband, I should be a direct connection of God to her, and vice versa. She should be a direct link connection of God for me. Grace, love, forgiveness, trust, help. You know, we should help one another. I think that's the family aspect is excellent. What we're talking about here, family, because you're big on family, you're big on fitness. Your family is big on fitness. I mean, good gracious. But one thing, because you are a serial entrepreneur, what are some of the things that an entrepreneur would need in order to be successful in business, in any one business?
Well, like take mine for instance. You have to give something that the community wants. You got to be useful to people, you know. And what I did was with the mobile barbershop, you know, I made it I have two businesses, which is my artwork and my barbering. So I tried to incorporate something that everybody could use in a more intimate fashion. So if I wanted to come to your home, you call me for an appointment. I'll come to your home. You can come right outside your home in the luxury of your property, come in an intimate environment with privacy, select the music you want to hear, watch whatever program you want to hear.
Wow.
Don't have to listen to multiple conversations. You can pick and choose your conversations.
Intimacy.
You know, and don't have to worry about the average atmosphere that you now receive in some of these barbershops, all right outside of your house. And then I incorporated my artwork with that too, because it's / art studio inside the mobile barbershop.
Wow.
So I can actually do festivals, things of that nature, you know, at the same time displaying my barbershop.
So they'll come right in.
Right.
They see your work. They get their haircuts. They get all, you know, self-cared up, you know, the grooming and all that kind of stuff. And they get to see your artwork, and they may become clients for, you know, shoe customization or art. Now, speaking of art, do you have any other art that you bring here?
Yeah, like this is an abstract piece, but I do more realistic art. Like right here, we have something I did. It's a charcoal portrait.
Yes.
So I do charcoal portraits in a realist form. You know, basically any type of medium. You know, okay. And that's what I provide. Like I said, from sneaker apparel, clothing, portraits, paintings to murals. So
wow, you have a lot of
however
stuff.
You want to do it, that's how I can make it.
How do you keep balance?
That's the most difficult part. And it takes constant practice.
Because your family is alive and well.
Yes, alive, active, and well. Alive, active, and well.
Don't you have, one of your daughters just purchased property, right?
Yes, my daughter just bought her first home down in Virginia. Yes,
she bought a home, so that's active. So you got to go down there,
yes,
make sure
help her,
and be daddy down there,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And then your boys, you got to be there for them.
Yes, one is in college, and the other two in high school and middle school.
You got to be a lover boy to your wife.
Yes,
you got to be the man
yes,
to
have
her.
to still be a husband, which, you know, that's a great job in itself.
And we still learning.
Still learn every day.
You're still learning. How long you been married?
20 years.
20 years?
Yes, 20 years
20
this
years.
year.
Wow, that's a long time.
Long time.
2 decades.
Yes.
Wow.
Of your life.
Is that hair?
It was there.
No, I didn't say that to Sean. Sean, I didn't say that. Sean. He said that.
No.
Wow. Yeah. So that's good. So the balance, we got to have the balance as men. Is there any advice that you can give to men and fathers? I'm going to two questions here. Is there any advice you can give to men? And number two, is there any advice that you can give to fathers?
Well, men first. I would just say, just be more open to who you are, be comfortable with who you are, and understand who you are, and then be vulnerable enough to let whoever you're dealing with that's in that immediate circle know that part of you.
I love that.
You know, and then they'll understand more of you where you all can grow together. Yeah, we do have people that take advantage of how you feel and things of that nature and use it for wrong, you know, but if you know who you are and know who you keep around you, you really should know who you can give that information to.
Yeah.
But it can do nothing more but help you grow in a relationship with people when you are like that.
Your top 3. Everybody need the top 3. Who do you need to know around you that you can share your heart with? You can share your wins with. Also, someone you can share your losses with. Wow, father. Yeah.
Well, for the fathers, I would say understand who your kids are individually. You know, because no one's never the same. God didn't make none of us the same.
That's good.
Everybody you have to deal with differently. So whether you have a son that's 10 years old and a son that's 18-year-old, don't try to deal with them the same way, because they might not receive you in that same manner, because they're 2 different personalities.
Okay.
You know, so just basically deal with people or differently on who they are.
Wow, sounds like you've experienced a lot. You're a wise man. You've come through a lot. You've experienced a lot. You've experienced the NFL. You've experienced D1 college contracts. You've experienced with boxers, Don King, Uncle Larry has it, K-Sign and them. You've experienced it, and you just a real dude. Could you share something about those sneakers? Who own those sneakers right there?
Right here, these are one of my favorite pairs of sneakers. I actually customized them for my brother. Yeah, my youngest brother. He was a big time Dallas fan.
Okay.
And sadly, I recently lost him at January of this year.
Sorry.
You know,
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
We're still praying for you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. But I have his sneakers here that I customized for him, and I'm going to use them at all my showings, where, you know, I could still basically keep honor his life by something I did for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I honor you. I honor you today. Thank you for sharing that.
We
honor Mr. Orlando Hillman right now. One thing I want to share, how can these people get in contact with you? Because you have artwork, you have the mobile barbering, you travel.
Yes.
I mean, you travel all over the United States. So can these people get in contact with you, and how?
Yes. You can get contact with me on Instagram at OHartz.
Spell it.
That's OHARTZ, and that's my Instagram site. Or you can reach me through barbering if you like mobile barbering, or you can reach me at, I actually cut at the Dover Mall for my in-house place. You can reach me at area code 302-232-3125. And that's Orlando Hillman, the mobile barber artist.
Oh, wow. So we thank you for having. We thank you for coming. Again, this is Kevin L. Kelly, the Father's Coach. Again, welcome to the Father's Coach podcast. We'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on our YouTube, The Father's Coach. Thank you. See you again.